Hello and greetings from my couch for this week's update. Today I am going to be talking about gratitude at work. I'm going to be talking about how you can spend less time firefighting, and I'll give you a little bit of insight into my yearly goal for 2023 and why I am hoping to run a marathon. So we'll start with gratitude at work because this is a great one if you are, a bit allergic to work and your job, maybe after the long break, or perhaps it's been going on for a while now and you want to get out of that funk, you want to enjoy your workday again. Gratitude is just a lovely way to start doing this because you're going to focus on all of the good things. You see, when you complain and focus on the things you don't like about your job, they're just more in your field of vision. You're more aware of them, they're in your face, and the day can be a drag. So we want to flip that and focus on all the good stuff so that that's where our attention is, and that's going to give us our feel good vibe for the day. So what I recommend is you keep a gratitude log for work. You write down 1 to 3 things every day that you are grateful for about your job and the work that you do. This could be tiny. This could be that you are grateful that you can use your favourite coffee mug. It could be that you're grateful that you have a font and a brand colour that you like to use. It could be bigger. You could be grateful that you're learning particular skills. You could be grateful for a particular person or people that you work with. You could be grateful that you get out of the house for a few hours. I don't care what it is. What's important is that you start right now to remember why you like your job and why you like to work. And once you start remembering, it will have a lovely positive knock-on effect and is certainly better than focusing on all the bad stuff. So try that and let me know if it helps. The second thing, which could be related to the first, is around firefighting. So when I do my workshops, I always send a pre-workshop survey to understand what's happening with the group. And a lot of the time when I ask, what does a better workday mean? Less firefighting comes back as the answer. And even when we're in the room and we're talking about different things, firefighting always comes up as a huge time suck. It takes us away from the things that we had intended to do. Now, the thing about firefighting is it's part of work life. As much as I'd like to wave a magic wand or give you a 3-step process to completely eliminate it, it's not going to happen. So instead, I want us to get proactive about our fires. And I'm going to use really bad analogies for this, so stick with me. So the first is, do you have smoke alarms? Okay, so do you have smoke alarms in your work? Triggers or signals that will let you know that there is a fire on the way. And you might not be able to do this the first time, but certainly if you're in your job a while, you should be able to have these smoke alarms. And the best way to identify them is after a fire, and for you to spend 2 to 3 minutes thinking, okay, what happened leading up to this that indicated this was going to happen? Okay, what were the series of events? Were there particular emails? Was there a meeting? Was there an individual involved? Was there something happen externally? What happened? Okay, and start building a bank of scenarios that you know have triggered firefighting in the past, and then you can get ahead of it. The second thing that you can do is know the fire starters. So there are always a few people, whether we like to admit it or not, in a company who start a lot of fires. And there's many different reasons for this. We're not going into that now. What I want you to do is start being honest about who they are and manage them. That means 2-3 times a week, you getting to them before they get to you and checking in with anything that you've got open with them and asking, is there anything coming up that you need me to be aware of? Is there anything on your mind that you want to talk to me about? Or even just asking, what are you working on at the moment? And listening to what they say and checking, are there any smoke alarms in their response? I recommend this for everyone anyway, to have a stakeholder relationship list, and basically that's you having a list of the key people that you interact with in your company and being very honest with yourself about what your relationship is with them, how you help them, how they help you, and whether you need to manage them in a particular way. So if they're always come to you with last minute tasks, for example, that you would try to get to them first, things like that. You definitely need to have your fire starters on your list. And you need to have a strategy for proactively managing them and stop letting the fires come to you. So I hope those two things have prompted some ideas on your side. The final thing I would leave you with is to have this as an item on your weekly team meeting agenda. You probably don't have it on the agenda that often, but it's a great thing to talk about. What are the fires that have happened recently? What could you have done differently? And what can you do from now on to try and prevent them? So that's it. Let me know what you do in your company in the comments. I'd love to know. And all comments welcome in that area, because I know that everyone does things a little bit differently. And finally, I'm running a marathon. Yeah, so just to let you know where I am at, I can slowly jog about 5 kilometers in 35 minutes. So I'm definitely not a runner, but I've decided that I'm going to complete a marathon this year, 29th of October. It's the Dublin City Marathon, and there's a few reasons why I'm doing it, and I think it's good to share because there might be other people in the same boat. So first of all, I wanted to look at something this year that would support my well-being, that would be an interest for me outside of work, but that would also support my professional growth. And I've got 2 small children, so I definitely don't have time to do loads of different things. I was looking for a one-stop solution. And I chose running because my understanding when you're training for a marathon is you need a couple of things. You need consistency. So you need to show up a couple of times a week and put the hours in. And that's definitely something that I'll benefit from a professional perspective, but also for my well-being. Because one of the areas I struggle with is putting my own self-care first. But if you're training for a marathon, you have to go for the long runs. So there will be a time in a few months' time that I have to say, I'm running for 2 hours. And I have to give myself that time if I want to achieve my goal. And I'm really looking forward to that personal challenge of, giving myself that time and putting those hours into something that's not the kids, that's not the family, that's not work. So that's the consistency piece. The second thing is finishing what I've started. So I could end up crawling to the end of the marathon, let's be honest here. We don't know what way it's going to go, but I want to finish it. And in work and in our personal lives, it's easy to get started on new things, to get a new shiny idea and to go for it. But if we don't finish those things out, what we have is a lot of open boxes that are taking up our time and our attention and causing us a lot of stress. So this year I'm focusing on finishing things. So it's all well and good to start stuff, but are they being finished? And finally, the main reason I'm doing it is to get better self-talk. So it's easy, I think, for us to fall into a pattern of negative talk to ourselves. We're not good enough, or, we can't achieve something, or, we're not skilled enough, or whatever it might be. And I know that when it comes to something like running, it's a lot to do with what's in your head. And are you talking yourself up? Are you being your friend on the road? And, that's something which even in the short runs I've done, I've noticed about myself, and I have changed my internal talk. And I'm really excited about that, actually, because do you know what? I think it's time to be kinder to ourselves, and that's what I'm going to be doing this year. Kinder and training hard. So that's it. So I will be raising money for charity as well, but I'll tell you guys about that closer to the time. So that's it for me this week. Last week I did share a link to my MyDesk download. It's my 1-page productivity system. It's really good to use with your teams. I saw quite a few people downloaded it, so I'll put the link in again this week just in case you missed it. And as always, if there's anything you want me to cover, just let me know. I'd be quite happy to do it. Talk to you next week. Bye.